Good evening. Here's our top story. Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak Tuesday said he will not seek re-election at the end of his present term. He also announced that Egypt has extended presidential terms to 550 years.
Anderson Cooper was attacked and punched several times on the streets of Cairo Wednesday by supporters of Hosni Mubarak. The attack was the most frightening experience Cooper has had on the job since working with Kathy Griffin.
As violence against journalists reporting on the Egyptian riots escalated, an Egyptian police officer threatened to decapitate an ABC television producer. Explained the police officer,
"Hey, look, it's not my fault, all right? The guy's from ABC. Did you see the last episode of Lost? What the fuck was that shit? That's 6 years of my fucking life. God! Also, they canceled this new show, My Generation. They don't even give it a chance. And don't even get me started on private practice, more like private practice. Am I right? Yeah, you got it.
On Wednesday, Senate Democrats voted down House Republicans' efforts to repeal President Obama's health care bill. Speaker John Boehner was in tears, and then he found out about losing the vote.
for the second time in 2 years, Charles Manson was caught with a smuggled cell phone in his prison cell. Explained Manson,
"You understand, man? I need that cell phone in my cell, man. Because how am I gonna answer all the messages to the voices in my head, man? Plus, they got me on a 2-year contract. So.
Due to massive snowstorms in the U.S. over the past week, airlines canceled 16,000 flights. Fortunately, that's only 37 more than usual.
According to a new study, Puxatawny Phil's predictions about spring are only correct 39% of the time. On the bright side, he is still more accurate than every weatherman.
And now, where hard news meets Hollywood, here with the entertainment news is Tracy Morgan.
Oh, shit! I'm about to be hilarious. Lifetime is making a movie about Prince William and Kate Middleton's wedding. The producers have already cast Sarah Jessica Parker as Camilla Parker Bowles. Because them bitches is ugly. Christian Slater is the latest celebrity to fall victim to an internet death hoax. Even more outrageous was the internet hoax that Slater still had an acting career. I liked him in Broken Arrow, though. P. Diddy gave his 17-year-old son a custom Maybach limousine for making his high school honor roll, replied the high school bully.
Yeah, so what? He's still a nerd. Enjoy your $300,000 car, nerd.
It gets better. The Rolling Stones announced they have no firm plans to tour this year, mainly because they have no idea if they still be alive. They old as fuck. And finally, Elton John and Lady Gaga have recorded a song together in the movie Romeo and Juliet. The duet will feature a hugely successful gay man singing along with Elton John. That dude has a penis.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you, Liz Lemon.
David Frye, a comedian famous for his impression of Richard Nixon, has died at age 77. Frye will be replaced at scheduled performances by a comic who impersonates Gerald Ford. Sensible.
Are we done? Okay. The White Stripes announced on Wednesday that they are breaking up. When asked for a comment, drummer Meg White said,
A scientist in South Carolina is attempting to grow meat in a laboratory. He got the idea for synthetic meat after eating at a Taco Bell.
A new study finds that obesity can lead to memory loss. Namely, obese men can't remember what their penis looks like.
An elderly California man known as the Geezer Bandit robbed his 13th bank last weekend. Police are on the lookout for a grandfather who puts more than $5 in his grandkids' birthday cards.
A new study suggests that an emotional loss in the Super Bowl may be significantly hazardous to the fans' health. So rest easy, Detroit Lions fans. Rest easy.
Eunice Sanborn, the world's oldest person, died Monday at age 115. The local newspaper did not print her obituary since they went out of business because she was their last subscriber.
A married man in France is suing the manufacturer of a Parkinson's medication, claiming it made him addicted to gay sex. In response, the manufacturer claims the man's addiction to gay sex is actually because he's French.
Today would have been the 100th birthday of Ronald Reagan.
And here to comment on this momentous occasion is the reanimated corpse of Ronald Reagan.
Where am I? I'm so cold.
Mr. President, today's conservatives continue to talk about you, even 6 years after your death. You're continually talking about it.
Death. The sweet respite of eternal sleep. Why did you disturb it?
You know, and that is that classic Reagan wit, which made him one of the most popular conservatives in history.
Absolutely.
No, I'm not joking. Why did you do this?
You know, that's great, Gipper. You were known for your folksy charm. What advice would you have right now for President Obama?
Don't raise people from the dead.
That is interesting. That's very, very interesting. Tell us, President Reagan, what would the first question you would ask a Republican candidate be in 2012?
What cruel God would allow this to happen to me?
Real quick, I mean, with your popularity at an all-time high right now, what do you see as your next challenge? What are you going to do next?
Well, I'm going to go eat some brains now.
Oh, is that because you're a zombie?
No.
Okay, the reanimated corpse of Ronald Reagan.
And finally, John Barry, the composer who wrote music for many classic James Bond films, has died at the age of 77.
Barry's eulogy will be delivered by Sean Connery, followed by several other people who won't be as good. For Top Story Weekly, I'm John Abbott.
And I'm Kimberly Brown. Good night.